Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I have some new and exciting things to try out on camera with you guys. They have been out for quite some time, but I just picked them up this morning and I was just dying to dive into both of the products. So today we're going to be testing out and trying the ABH Soft Glam palette. Brand new, never used. Look how gorgeous. This palette is screaming me, and it definitely screams pastels and warm tone neutral shades as well as shades for the spring. So I'm really happy to be using this today. I also picked up the Amrezy highlighter, and this, I have to say, looks unreal. So I am really excited to dive into some new makeup today and try it out for you guys on camera. If you want to see the look that I create, then just keep on watching. So let's go ahead and dive in. I've already done my skincare this morning. I washed my face with my Clarisonic. I moisturized. I used my glow drops, which I have been obsessed with. They're a little bit liquidy, but I really do like the way they sit on the skin. First, I'm going to go into eyes because I know that with the ABH palettes, the colors are so pigmented that they do have a lot of fallout. So I've already primed my lids with a little bit of concealer, and I am first going to go in with the shade Tempera, which is going to be this really nice cream shadow, and I'm just going to be working that all over the lid to set. Yeah, I do see a lot of fallout right off the bat, but it's normal. I own, I think, 4 other ABH palettes. I have the Modern Renaissance, I have the Prism, and then I also have the Self-Made palette. And I love all of those. They are just a little bit powdery for me, but I do love the formula, and I know that this palette is similar to the pigmentation from the Modern Renaissance. So I'm really loving that shade right there. Next, we're going to work into the shade Orange Soda. This is one of ABH's most popular shadows, so I'm really excited to be putting this on my eyes. You guys have no idea how amazing it feels to finally be filming again. This video will probably be pretty long, I would assume, just because I haven't been able to talk to you guys in so long. And I am just so happy. It's finally like 65 degrees here in Indiana. It has been so bad. I don't know if you guys have seen like the memes and all of the posts on Facebook circulating. Like, our weather was crazy, and I'm so happy that it is sunny and I can finally film a video. So I'm gonna dive into the shade Orange Soda with the Morphe M433 brush. I really like this because it's not so much fluffy, it's just more dense at the top, so it's really going to help pack on that shade. And I'm going to go in and work that into the crease for the transition color. I know a lot of people would like to see me focus more in, but the camera that I have gets rather blurry when it's up close, and I just feel like from this distance you guys can see what I'm doing still, so I don't like to really zoom you guys up too close. I will have to say I love the way these shadows feel so far, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of these shades in this palette I already have from pre-existing ABH palettes. I wish they would have came up with more, you know, new shades to put in here, but I am loving the way these feel. This is definitely like Modern Renaissance feeling on my eyes, like the vibe. So I'm loving it. Okay, next we're gonna dive into the shade, I don't even know what I want to do today. I'm gonna use a little bit of Dusty Rose, which is this really nice light mauve shade, and I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M518. I like this one because it's a little bit more fluffier and not so dense. So I'm gonna take that shade. I don't really know where this is going, but I want to keep it like very springish. Oh wow, that layer is really nice on top. And I'm just really working that into the crease. I'm going to kind of leave that lid space blank because I am going to be going in with a couple of these shimmer shades, which I'm really excited about using. I don't really dive out of my comfort zone much, and that's only because I'm just so used to using certain shadows. I don't really like cool tone. I love warm tone shadows, but I don't really like cool tone shadows, and I just feel like warm tones look a lot better on deeper eyes, and I have brown eyes, so I also feel like brown eyes are easier to complement as well. So I'm just really darkening that up. It's already getting pretty dark, darker than what I wanted, but that is completely okay. So I finally got a job. I am going back into the food industry, which was something that I really wasn't excited about, but they're being completely flexible. I'm only going to be working Tuesday through Friday. I will probably be doing 8 to 10 hour shifts depending. So they're willing to give me the hours that I want, and they're not making me work Saturday through Monday. Now, I'm not that type that just doesn't want to work the weekends. I do makeup appointments and facials and things like that during the week or during the weekend. So I really don't want to work the weekends anywhere because that's what I do on the side. That's how I make the majority of my money. But I am just so blessed that Chick-fil-A has, you know, agreed to work with me and work with me on my pay, and I'm making pretty much right exactly what I need to be able to, you know, sustain myself on top of my other side business that I do with, you know, dermaplaning and stuff. So I'm really happy that I was able to, you know, get with a company that was excited to have me, and I'm feeling really blessed. You know, the last couple of weeks, or actually the last month and a half, I would say, have been extremely difficult, and I didn't know if I was going to make it through. Just overwhelming feelings, but I have been taking more time for myself. I've been taking baths, I've been meditating, exercising. I'm really hoping to lose 10 pounds by probably the end of May, and I've been very, very good recently, so I'm super blessed about that. So moving on, I am going to take the shade Sienna, which is this really nice, kind of like orangey red, and I'm just going to be putting that in the outer V because I do like the way these colors are blending, but I just want to work with as many shades in here as I can today. And I'm just going to be taking the brush from the palette and really working that in the outer V, like so. And I know I do looks like this all the time, and I'm really sorry. It's just, it's what I'm comfortable with. But if you guys have any suggestions, if you want me to start using color, if you want different types of videos, leave me requests down below because I'm always open to, you know, filming what you guys want to see. This is why I am doing this, for you guys. And, you know, importantly, you know, most importantly myself as well, but I really like to put out content that people enjoy watching. So now for the fun part, I'm going to go in with the Morphe M167, which is this flat shader brush, and I'm going to spray it down real quick. And I'm going to first go in with the shade Rosé Pink, which is this shade right here. Ooh, look at that pigment. And I'm going to be packing that on the lid. Okay, yes, come through. Look how pretty that looks. I love ABH shadows. I've never had any of the single shadows, but I have worked a lot with their palettes. And this by far is probably my favorite palette. Now I do have quite a bit of fallout, but that's why I did my eyes first versus my face, so that you can kind of wipe that away before you go in with your face makeup. Next, I am going to take the color Sultry, which is the one right beside it. It's a little bit deeper than the first shade, but I'm just going to be layering that on top of that shadow that I use, and I feel like this one's going to be a little bit more finely packed, so I'm really just going to be working that in the outer V of my eye because I really wanted to keep the lid pretty bright. And this will just help to blend the two colors together. Ooh, I'm loving it. I am loving it. Okay, so then to layer on top of that first lid shade that we used, kind of to make it a little bit more bright, I am going to go in with the shade Glistening, which is kind of like a goldy shade, I would say, and I'm just going to be kind of layering that on top just to make it look a little bit more iridescent. in a way. And I'm going to be applying it with my fingers just because I feel like I have more control. And I really don't want to take away the look of that pink shade. I'm just lightly layering it on top. Okay, so I just wiped my face clean. So I've already went in and did my skincare like I mentioned in the beginning. I am going to go in and prime with the Maybelline Master Hydrate and Smooth. Going to be the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow in the shade 202 Creamy Natural. I have been using the NARS Radiant, which I do love still. Oh my god! Oh my god. I just got this foundation all over this palette. Oh my god, my heart hurts just a little bit on the inside. Why? I'm gonna resort to the NARS foundation because that just like really just pissed me off bad. Could have been a lot worse. But I'm gonna go in and probably take 2 pumps of this. I know it doesn't look like a lot, but this foundation is extremely full coverage and you do not need a lot of it. That is something that I've learned. The more you put on, the cakey it's going to look. Or the cakier, I should say. And I'm going to be blending that out with the Morphe M439. Highly recommend this. I remember Jaclyn Hill always uses this brush to apply her foundation. And ever since I picked it up a couple months ago, this is literally the only thing that I use to blend out my foundation. I will go back in with the sponge. I will not give up my handy dandy sponge just because I do feel like it really helps to soak up that extra product your skin doesn't need. And it just makes it look airbrushed and flawless. I just like using a brush because it keeps the coverage. But applying it with a brush around my nose, it kind of separates a little bit. But that's okay as long as you go back in with the sponge. Okay, so for concealer, I'm running pretty low on the concealers that I like. So I'm going to go in with the Photo Focus concealer from Wet n Wild. This is in the shade Light Ivory. It is a good shade for me, but I don't necessarily like the smell. And I don't like how it sets underneath my under eyes, but I don't have like anything else and I'm so tired of showing you guys like the same products. I promise you I buy new makeup. I just have things that I like and I gravitate towards, and I don't like switching that up because I do deal with like severely dried skin and like fine lines, and to me fine lines under the under eye are not cute, which most people have them unless you're just blessed with the under eye gods, but I mean most people have under eye wrinkles to some extent. Okay, so then to set everything, I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Coty Airspun. I will say that this is extremely affordable, but you do have to be very, very careful with how you use it because you can get a little bit of flashback. So what I like to do is take a little bit in the cap, and not a lot. Just enough to bake under my contour and then set under my eyes. And I always set my eyes first just because I do have that creasing issue, unfortunately, and I like to make sure that the skin is all set from the liquid products. So I am also very excited to have a job because I have so many things planned. My 21st is in August, and my mom got me and my best friend Sam Smith tickets to see him on my birthday in Chicago. So we are going to be there for 3 days. Just kind of shopping, you know, touristing around. I've been to Chicago twice already, and so has my mom's friend, and so has my best friend Bella. But my mom's never been, so I'm really excited to kind of show her around Chicago and just celebrate for my 21st. My best friend will be 21 as well, 2 days before me. So it kind of just worked out in our favor that, you know, we're best friends. She has the same birth month and she was born 2 days before me. So it's going to be really nice, but I do have to save for that. Just because I'm not going to leave it on my mom to pay for everything. She shouldn't have to. So I'm really, really happy to have a job for that. And then we are going to Panama City Beach next March. Although that is like, you know, 11 months away, I still would like to be prepared so that I can have the best time. And, you know, I haven't been to Florida in 3 years when we go. So I just want to make sure that I have enough money. Okay, so now that everything is set, I do look like a Casper ghost, but it's okay. We're gonna go in and contour, and this has been my go-to lately. It's pretty expensive, and I received it for Christmas, so I wanna make sure that I'm able to use it as much as I can. So I'm gonna go in and take Carrot and Princess Cut, which are these 2 shades right here. I feel like this one is the coolest, and that's what I like for bronzer. I don't really like warm tone bronzers. And especially since I'm so fair right now, it would just make me look muddy. So I'm just bronzing up the skin. You don't understand, guys. I'm so excited to use this highlight. Like, I have not had a new highlight in so long. And I know Amrezy is going to do a fantastic job. I've seen other people use the highlight and I'm stoked for it. I think it's going to be the most perfect highlight there is out on the market right now, and I'm just so excited to use it. And this is like the first time that I've done my makeup in like a week, so. And I don't contour my nose, I kind of just bronze the edges of it. And then I just go down my neck and around the jawline and pretty much the perimeters of my face with a dual fiber brush and just stipple that on. And it just gives me like a nice flush of color without overdoing it. Then I am going to go in and highlight. Now, I wanted to use this when my face was damp, but since I haven't finished my eye makeup or my brows yet, I really just want to hop in and use this. So that is what I'm gonna do. So gorgeous. Okay, so I'm gonna take my fan brush. Look at my nose highlight. Oh my God. Okay, here we go, moment of truth. Okay, come through here. Okay, it sits very, very nice on the skin, which is good for people with texture or bumpy areas. I definitely don't appreciate highlighters that just don't sit well on the skin. Okay. Now, I don't know if I could get more pigment from this if I used a regular highlighting brush. But I'm just like loving this color. It looks a lot more gold in the pan, but once you apply it, it's like this really nice, soft champagne color. So I'm gonna do my brows off camera, guys, and then I will be back. I am gonna go back in and highlight my brow bone, my inner corner, and really finish up the lower lash line. So I'm going to be taking this small brush right here to highlight with that shade Tempera, and that was the first shade that I used to set my concealer down, and I think that it is really pigmented. Okay, so then going back with that blending brush, because you do not want any harsh lines. with that. Then I don't really see a color that I can use in my inner corner, so I'm gonna go back in and take that same brush in that highlighter that I use and pop that in the inner corner. Then I'm gonna go back in with the shade Orange Soda, which is this really nice orange shade. See, Burnt Orange, which is the shade right below it. Okay, which I really like how that looks. And then we're gonna go in with Sienna, which is that really nice red-brown shade that we used. I've mentioned this before, it really helps to open up the eyes. Then I'm gonna go in and set my face before I apply mascara. And then I'm gonna get my sponge wet, just a bit. And I'm gonna dabble into a little bit more of this highlighter. And I learned this trick from Jaclyn Hill as well. Okay, there we go. And by applying it with a damp sponge, you're really gonna help kind of lock in that product into the skin. Ooh, my nose is popping. And then a little bit more on Cupid's bow. Then I'm going to apply mascara and we'll be back to finish off with lips. Okay, so the mascara's on and we're gonna go into the Buxom lip liner in the shade Undercover. And I love these because they are dual-sided, so you can blend these shades out or you can line your lips, and this is what I'm going to do. And I'm gonna take the brush side and fluff out the liner just a bit. Then to fill them in, I'm gonna go in with the Urban Decay lipstick in the shade Back Talk. This is just a small sample size. I'm in love with this shade. I feel like it's very universal and it's pretty much just your lip but better. Alright guys, and that concludes this look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Final thoughts on the Amrezy highlight and the Soft Glam palette. I do have to say that the Soft Glam is probably my second favorite compared to the Modern Renaissance. I feel like the shadows are very similar. They're highly packed full of pigment. They are amazing to blend. I didn't have any trouble with blending the eyeshadows or applying them, and I am in love with the color scheme. I cannot tell you enough just how beautiful this palette is. I also am really loving the highlight. I love how it looks on top of the skin, and I love that it doesn't really show much texture, but it's very easy to kind of pack on. And you know, I don't expect anything less from Amrezy because she is all about her highlights, and I am just in love with this. I feel like this is going to be my new go-to probably all spring and summer. And that is it. Everything else you guys have seen me, you know, previously try on and previously wear. I'm really enjoying the way this look came out. I hope you guys did too. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. And I will talk to you guys in the next one.